One of the important things that we are going to do this year is we're going to do a lot of presentations and work online, okay? So maybe you won't be working in a big group, but you will be working with pairs and with other students to do presentations, okay? And what we want you to do is to create a Google Drive folder that you share with your teacher, okay? So a Google Drive folder. Do you know what Google Drive is?
Yes.
Everybody knows what Google Drive is?
Yes.
Good. So we want you to make a folder in Google Drive and share it with Oscar, okay? Then you will also share it with me, but first you share it with Oscar. And that folder has to have a very specific name, okay? So that folder should be called, this class is 1E, right? It should be called 1E, then your name, so Victor, for example, for me, and your first initial of your last name, S, and you share it like that, okay? So 1E, Victor S, and that way we know who you are and in what grade you are, what group, okay? So make sure that you're writing this down. You want to create a Google Drive folder, and it should be called 1E, then your first name and your last and your initial of your last name or your surname. Okay? Is that understood?
Yes.
Very good. So inside this folder, you will create presentations and you will hand in some homework and you will do many things that you want to share with your teacher. So what you have to do is on this folder, you need to share it with your teacher. So do you know what share is?
Yes.
Yes? So you need to click share, and this whole folder you will share with Oscar. And then you will share it with me. Okay? That way we can see your presentations and your different things. So for next week, to try this out, we're going to ask you to do a small presentation. Okay? A small presentation, and it's going to be in pairs. In groups of 2. Oscar, can they choose their pairs, or do they have to work with somebody that you choose?
I a little bit introduced the topic yesterday,
Great.
So maybe they already have their classmates.
Okay, so you already have your pairs. Okay? Can somebody tell me what your presentation is about? Yes. It has to be? A presentation from the Ice Age. Okay. Anybody else want to explain what they have to do? No? So you have to do a presentation about the Ice Age. Is that it?
No, you must do a presentation of yourself.
You have to do a presentation of yourself.
With your partner.
With your partner. Is that what they have to do, Oscar?
That's only the first slide.
The first slide is your name, right? The name of the presentation, the name of your partner. Yes?
Something out there?
Good. So it's something about Earth, right? Not an animal, but something that you can find on Earth. So we had something that you can find on Earth in our previous game, right? We had river. So river is one thing that you can find on Earth. What are other things that you can find on Earth?
Island.
Islands, very good.
Trees, I think. Like,
Trees, very good.
Very big. Like.
Very big trees, very good. What else?
Land.
Forest.
Land, okay, yes.
Horse.
Horses, but
No.
we don't want animals. Not animals for this presentation, right? Yes.
Rocks. Animals.
Rocks, very good. Desert, very good.
Air.
Air, okay. What about volcanoes? Very good. What? School. A school. Okay.
This?
No.
The school? This one? No. Something related to Earth.
We want something natural.
The
like
planet.
something about
Science.
geography, right? A geographical feature. That's what I would call it. Something on Earth is a geographical feature. Geographical feature. Okay? Geographical feature. What are other geographical features?
Can we do it about history?
About history? No. For this first presentation, it's very simple, right? You only have to have 3 slides, if I'm correct. 3 slides. The first one is your name, your partner's name, and the name of the presentation. And in the next 2 slides, you talk about what that feature is, right? What it is, how you describe it. And in the next one, you give examples of maybe the names of the most common ones, or what else would you like them to do in the second slide?
Well, I think Maite wanted 1 slide for each.
Yeah, one
So,
slide
for
each.
example, I'm going to talk about deserts, and the other one is going to be about Arctic areas, for example.
Interesting.
Or I'm going to talk about the parts of the volcanoes, and I'm going to talk about the parts of a tree.
Great.
So it's a 3 minutes talking, not reading, not reading text in the slide, but the slide has to be a picture with small letters to explain something, but the big explanation has to be from you, and not reading text, just speaking to the rest of the
another thing. I don't want to see a lot of text in the slides, in the presentation, right? I don't want you to write a lot of things. You can only have like 1 title if you want, and then you can have images, you can have symbols, you can have different things, but I don't want you to write the definition of a lake is a body of water that blah 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 blah. I don't want that to be written. I want you to remember that to practice your English, okay? Any last questions? Yes?
The meteors count as a...
Ooh, meteors. That's a very good question. I don't know. They come from outer space, but they fall on Earth, right? They fall on Earth. What do you think, Oscar? Does that count?
But does it give you to talk about the parts of a meteor, or...
I don't know.
No, I don't know. Try, but if you don't have enough information to be speaking for 3 minutes, it's not going to be good.
Okay.
Yes.
The oceans and the sea.
The oceans are very easy, right? There's several oceans. You can talk about what an ocean is, how many oceans there are, what the biggest one is, what the smallest one is. Yes?
The beach.
The beach. Very good. The beach. It's a part on Earth. What do you do at the beach? What is the beach made of? Okay?
But focusing on the geographical part, not the beach and the summer holidays.
Yeah.
Not summer and surf and swimming and sunbath. No, that kind of concept for the beach. The beach as a mountain or a tree. The beach. Okay? The coast.
Very good. I think that's enough for the video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.